We all know about that, but volleyball, what they're doing is amazing. So excited for them. Looking forward to watching them. Just everybody. I mean, it's been a cool winter, fall and winter. So great time to be a Ute, and we're coming off a good week as well. And we've won 4 in a row, which is great. And we had obviously a great win against a very good BYU team on the road, that's a tough place to play. And our players that didn't really understand the rivalry before, I think they get it now. So it was fun, and the players were excited. This is the first time since I've been here that we've won down there. I don't know how long it had been before. So our seniors had never won there, so they were fired up, which was great. And so I think we're improving. We're getting better. Now we've played 7 games, but only 2 of them have been at home, which is kind of rare. So our next 5 games are at home, which is nice. So we don't leave in December. We've done a lot of traveling, a lot of playing on the road, which presents its challenges. But I am kind of grateful for that. I think we hit our lumps early and learned a lot with our young guys. So we're looking forward to playing at home, and we play a really good Oral Roberts team at home on Thursday. And then it's finals week, and then we have Nevada, Providence, and Weber, and that rounds out our non-conference. So doing well, improving. We just got to keep plugging along.
Having that win down there in Provo, was that kind of that next step in the growth, having to win in overtime on the road in a pretty hard place to play?
Yeah, and I was really proud of our team. We lost a really tough overtime game at home to South Dakota, who's a top 25 team, and they're very, very good. And we had our chances, and we just kind of got out executed there. And so to be in that situation again on the road against such an emotional game, I was really proud of our team. And most of those players that were hitting shots had never been in that environment or that situation. It was just a great experience. When you have a young team, every time you do something, it's you're doing it for the first time or the second time, and so these close games, when it comes down to it, especially with the young team, you need to have some successes to gain that genuine confidence where they're like, oh, like we can do this. They believe it, they think it, but now then you have that success, and then it becomes genuine and kind of part of the fabric of like, okay, yeah, we can do this. So that was really cool to see. I was really proud of our team. BYU played a heck of a game. They were really good. And I think there were 17 lead changes in that game. And we were down 4 with 1:19 to go in regulation, and came back and, to win the game. Like we just showed a lot of poise and some toughness that it's exciting to see. 'Cause these are, again, freshmen and some sophomores, but that part was really cool to see, just their resolve and moving forward. In our league, I don't know if you've seen the top 25 poll for women's basketball, but we have in the Pac-12 3 teams in the top 5. So Stanford's 1, Oregon's 3, and Oregon State's 5, and then UCLA's 10, and Arizona's 20, and I mean it's just insane. So those moments are good toughening up moments, and we talked about how that, our players even said it, like that environment and kind of how that back and forth it was very much like a Pac-12 game.
You mentioned the youth and the winning streak, and you guys have been on the road so much here early. Long-term, big picture, how much can a young group gain in terms of confidence from playing well on the road early?
I think it's huge, and we talked about that yesterday. Last year, we started off so well, but we played a lot of home games. And I wasn't, looking back, I don't know how much we learned about ourselves in last year's non-conference. It was kind of, we just kind of sailed through. And we scheduled a little harder this year on purpose. And we did have a couple tough losses, and you look back and it's like, but it's all part of the process. And I do think playing on the road, and that also the other component of it is we have so many new players that have never played together. Traveling together, it creates chemistry that you can't get at home when everyone's going their own separate ways at night and all that kind of stuff. Like on the road, you really have a chance to bond in a different way, and I think we've needed that too. So just chemistry matters in a sport like basketball on the court. If you're not all on the same page, and it's just then that takes time. So I think being on the road has helped us, we have you look even just statistically, but you watch it on film, we have really improved.
How have you seen the team sort of grow and develop since that first game to now?
Oh, every single facet. I think part of it is coaching strategy too. You come in and you think you know what you have in terms of players and who can play where and who can play well together and what we can run. And I learned after that Ohio trip that, I think we were pointing in the wrong direction from a strategic standpoint of lineups and strategy and game, just kind of what we were running, how we were running it. And so changed it. And it's worked. So I think every aspect from, the biggest one probably that you can see is just our offensive, just kind of efficiency, intelligence, shot selection, valuing the ball. We're just better. Defensively, we've been pretty good the whole year, but we're getting better with that too. I think our depth, we play 10 significant minutes. 10 players play significant minutes, and all 10 of them have improved in their own way. I think as a staff, we're getting better at understanding this group and kind of what our identity could turn into. So I think honestly, as easy of an answer as that is, I do think we've improved in every facet, with room certainly to continue to improve. Let's not kid ourselves.
Having such a young group, when coming into the season, do you feel like it was harder to get them going on the offensive end or on defense?
Offense. I think the other thing is too, with the youth, those guys are all coming in averaging so many points and used to getting every shot, and them understanding that you don't have to shoot it to help our team win. You don't have to shoot it every time you touch it. And there was a little bit of, especially the first couple games and even in our closed door scrimmages, a little bit of like, I always call it my turn basketball. Like, oh, now it's my turn to shoot it, or now it's my turn to try to do. And that's not winning basketball. And so, yeah, I think offensively, that's the hardest part. Defense you can teach. It's a lot about effort and focus, and we've been pretty good at that. But yeah, offensively is the one that takes a little time, and it's starting to click, but still room to grow.
What do you see out of Oral Roberts on Thursday?
They're a good team. They won 18 games last year. They've played some Power 5 teams, and they are led by a really good wing player that averages over 20 points a game. They're just kind of physical, strong, well coached. They'll present some challenges because they're fearless and they're pretty physical. They've got a big post player. So they run their stuff. They do it hard. They're fearless. They're averaging 9 threes made a game. They shoot a lot of them in transition. So they're not afraid to run. We like to run, get up and down. So we've got to make sure we do a good job there. But they're a good team. They really are. And so we'll have our hands full. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate being here.